Greetings everyone, please come on to make sure everything's set on up. Of course the YouTube thumbnail didn't update, oh well, critical. And that appears to be all good. Disable preview, turn on the live chat windows. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry for that. My allergies been kicking in today, or past week. Just been sneezing a lot. Been also losing some sleep over it. By the way, looks like everything's set up there. Give me a moment, check my other computer. And I'm probably going to sneeze again if you like it. And one thing I need to fix over here. There we go. Everything should be good to go. So let's get started. I do have a handful of replays I've managed to acquisition from a Discord. Of course, that issue is still in the game. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Mythology replay. So on the bottom side as the blue Friar, we got Chimps 121. So on the north side as the red Oranos, we got Rob L. Tirano, I think. Of course, when it comes to these two... What am I thinking? My allergy is kicking in, and I feel like another sneeze is coming in. Ugh. In the middle, we've got the Bow of Artemis, just provides ranged soldiers and ranged units are 10% cheaper, which excludes favor costs. You gotta get Pandora's Box, Ship of Fingernails, get a bit of food trickle, which is not too bad. Always nice to have. A trickle over your fingernails. The Ligament Statue, increase villagers' hit points by 40%. Useful, probably more useful for the Lantians, but it's not bad for either side to claim. And actually, the last one's way up here. Canopic Jar of Imeseti. Infantry just trains 25% faster. Not bad. Goats being obtained. The goats are, of course, the goat. Old Stark there, coming back and build a house. So, full stack and throw it into the pond. When it comes to the minor gods, of course, got Freya and Uller. Uller, of course, gives Asgardian Bastion. The Draugr, which is one of the few range damage, as well as divine damage for the Norse. Improves your Longhouse unit's movement speed. And of course, get the Asgardian Bastions and early portable batting rams. Bows of Freya, which has a bit more lackluster Forest Fire God Heart, a pretty good myth unit, the Valkyrie. As well as increased cavalry speed and hit points, and more hero hit points. For Oranos, you got Prometheus. Prometheus does provide the pretty useful Valor God Power, cheap way to get heroic promotes. Promethean, a bulky frontline myth unit, not too great, but it's just durable. And of course, got reduces the time that heroes take time to be promoted, and of course makes your heroic citizens far more effective, plus 20% more effective. Versus Oceanus, got the Carnivore, an excellent offensive and defensive myth unit, static myth unit. Pair of healers, and got the weightless mates, make your couple peltas. For Oranos, you can really increase the speed. Couple peltas, heroic couple peltas speed can get up to like 5.8, something ridiculously high. Fight the Shark improves damage of fanatics by 5%. Don't worry about the bleed damage. Bleed damage sucks. Like poison damage, just twice as better, which is still twice as not great. And frontline heroics reduce the cost of promotions. He is going for Oceanus, who could get some lightning fast Capeltas to the point where they become raiding unit. And in order to help really pursue them, you have to go for raiding cavalry, which are slightly faster, but of course be directly countered by the Capeltas. So we may see the Capeltas tactic by the Oceanus. We got Olar there, pretty standard. Get the Asgardian Bastion, very fun. What's it call it? static structure you can just summon. If you want an early hit for it, you can.
Air juice.
Quadra is a pretty nice myth unit, a nice flying healer, but also slow down your opponent. It is a very nice support unit. My apologies if you hear my drink open up. Yep. I hear a couple barracks there. And got the sky passage there. Oops, I may have accidentally slipped on the god power symbol. There it goes. Got Herseers there, Marmellos, more Oracles. Got a Sky Patch being summoned over there. Right now, Blue's not eyeing for any military units there. Going for a Draugr, he may be going for a faster castle, or not castle, heroic. Asgard bashing there to be deployed out near the gold deposit. Carnivore got summoned. Carnivore being engaged by the Herseer. Carnivores are in fact classified as myth units, so they will receive bonus damage, deal less damage versus heroes, though did a fair amount of damage there. Got a couple of Marmellos heroic-fied engaging. That one does get taken out there. Quadra on the high ground healing it up. Asgard and Hill Force still being established there. Every case inherent production rate is equivalent to 1 builder, so extra builders does open out slightly. Or in this case, doubly. 1 times 2 equals 2. And I got some throwing Axemans from point of view, good counter unit there. Of course, the Quadras, multiple Quadras on the field, get some good healing there. Throwing Axeman does get cleaned on up. The Marmello's being brought back there. Going for the Draugr. The Draugr is a backline myth unit. It's okay in this situation, not great. The fact that it stays alive is quite nice. In fact, it does continue to stay alive since he did focus on the Marmellos quite nicely. Asgard Bastion has another 3 seconds before being pulled in the field. For her series, he needs to go for more throwing Axeman, which he is. And he can't really take time to pick off the Asgard Bastion. Does go for Shockwave. Knocks the 2 Herseers forward. Draugr does offer pierce damage, which is actually a little bit more difficult to get usage out of. Because of the fact that they usually come single file line the other direction, perpendicular to the bolts. 20 seconds. Getting a fair amount of damage there. Marmello's being picked off 1 at a time. More throwing Axemans, going for Permulations. 4, 2, 1. It does complete there, of course. If he gets too far away, he will of course have his auto attack, though it looks like the auto attack can reach Caladra. Picks off the Caladra pretty quickly there. Apparently minimum range works vertically. Never knew that. Sometimes in a lot of games, their range is a horizontal or imagined cylindrical, while other times it is actually true distance from the origin. In this case, it appears to be true distance from the origin, so it was able to hit the Caladra, who's apparently more than 4 range high. Never knew that. Either way, one of those Caladra goes down quite nicely. One of what's it called? Freya's benefits is the fact that repairing buildings is free, so he has no reason why not to repair up this hill fort. Especially when he's on the defensive, might as well repair up the important defensive structure. Sky Patches over here has a lot of delicious gazelles in the region, and some crocodilios. And it looks like that Ulsark does get killed off, no problem. Pick up this relic. Cheaper range is quite nice, which does include the Cherry Ballista. And he probably could. I have some Cherry Ballistas going for turbo, so counter range units. Cherry Ballista would counter throwing Axemen as well, though a bit slower. Red's being a bit of a homewrecker right now, and has queued up Hyperion, but doesn't have too many resources available for it. Asgard Bastion is taking quite a bit of time to repair on up. Never really pay attention to the repair times. Do Asgard Bastions have slower repair times? I always wonder what the downside of the Asgardian Bastion or Asgardian Hill Fort, and I wonder if it has slow repair times. Or do Norse just have slower repair rates? I generally have no idea. I never really pay attention to repair mechanics in Asian mythology because usually the stuff is alive or dead, not really in between. And those are in between, they tend to be just left alone.
Yuji?
Let's see, it's not going to research to make Asgardian bastions cheaper. Assuming it's not researched. You know, I have no idea where that one research is actually researched at. Is it a blacksmith? Doesn't appear to be at the temple, because it would be around here. So yeah. That was at the temple. Maybe it's the armory. I'm probably just missed something.
Yuji?
We do have now medium Marmellos in the opponent field. No medium throwing axeman just yet. And he's getting to the point where he could probably stand to get the medium upgrade. Getting one about 30 military units in the field to get used to the medium upgrade. He is going for copper, or he is going for medium infantry as opposed to copper shield. He's also going for the early portable battering ram. Carnivores here. Blues has a lot of villagers exposed here, but can make his way to Asgardian Bastion there. Does go ahead and shockwave some of these units. Asgardian Bastion has 13 out of 20 units stored inside. So got a bit of extra firepower there. Oh. That is the fact the same Draugr, so the Draugr is actually still alive. Carnivore gets ripped apart by the first Sears. We have a number of Huskarls with anti-range units, so they will do bonus damage to Termas, but nothing else. They are a human soldier costs wood and gold as a unique cost for melee infantry unit there. So maybe he went for that because he had enough wood and gold and had a lack of food at the time. In fact, he has a lack of food right now. So Huskarls and throwing axes is what he can simply afford at the moment. And he has wood. Draugrs are cost wood, right? Yes. Oracle will be not taken out there. Does take out the exotic cow. Typing being researched now. Got more Claudias in the build queue. You know, I can feel my nose running. Military barracks now deployed in the field. Cherubics deployed in the field, very nice. A generally pretty good counter unit to all these forces. Only thing doesn't count is Draugr. It is a heroic Cherubics, then it will counter for Draugr. Nice bit of piercing damage there. Draugr does get taken out though. Now got the Chaos God Power and Satyr to support him. Satyr's a nice backline range unit. And Mel's gonna take a damage there. Blue's trying to run away. That was Archers and Contineris now. And good number of these civilians will be starting to go down. Blue does have higher civilian population. Good number of idle units there. Gillen Brossetti being thrown in field. Age 2 Gillen Brossetti, not a great one. The Gillen Brossetti is also classified as Divine Hero, so it should not be countered by heroes. It is not a myth unit. And somebody just realized something as well. It doesn't have the it says Divine Hero, but doesn't have the Divine Protection effect. Does that mean that Zeus can bulk Gillen Brossetti? Gillen Brossetti has gone down. Habaneros quick forward. He is going for more Draugrs. Still lacking a bit of food. He's still repairing the Asgardian Hill Fort. I heard an ox caravan. It must have been an ox cart that got pulled in the field. And Blue has resigned. This is Angrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. Greetings everyone, Angrade here with another Age Mythology replay. Spawn on the north side is the blue Odin, we got Jolly Man. Spawn on the south side is the red Kronos, we got Neymar MD. When it comes to relics on the map, we do have Hermes Wings Sandals. Gives your heroes additional movement speed, which is useful both sides. Both sides as easy accessible heroes. Blanket of Emperor's Zoe, buildings more resistant to siege weapons, improving their crushed armor. And we got Zerang. Walls have some health regen. To be honest, it's not a bad one there, because a lot of times walls take some damage from miscellaneous sources. You never take time to repair it up, that way they get repaired on up. Golem Statue, they'll just get plus 40% hit points, useful for both sides. Birdies have been summoned. We'll spot a bunch of delicious caribou up here, some reindeer. Just be careful, some of them may have a glowing red nose. I don't know how healthy that is to eat it. He constructs the temple there. I still assume he can still age up without the temple since he's got built, but not like he has enough food to age up at the moment. It says only requires food is a missing issue. Right, has a good number of goats, so of course the goat. And oracles are surrounding Blue quite nicely, gets good vision there. Four deploys the temple there, he is probably, yep, he's going for Prometheus now. It may get completed before the temple gets time shifted. Nope, time shifted did get completed. And soon he's got a nice little ambush spawn of a pair of Promethean. Freyja is on the way. And as well as Horseer. Prometheans are here. Kronos does have a bit of favor to work with. He could go for some more Promethean. They are in 9 favor. Going to take time to punch these sentry towers. Not a bad idea. More Promethean on the build queue. He is time shifting forward a counter barracks. Good number of Herseers there. Cherry Ballista would be a good counter. He's going for Cherry Ballista. He will have access to Valor God power to help support that Cherry Ballistas. There's a Promethean that gets picked off by the Valkyrie and a Herseer. It does not Flaming Feet upgrade. Oracle can get there as well. Great defense by Blue. He has got an adequate number of Herseers. There's Cherry Ballista. Was he hit by a lower zone of targets? Glorified at the last moment of a promotion. Get some good damage there. He's going for the Unnovan Grill. Oh, cancel the clay. Doesn't want any sweet flaming kicks for his Promethean. Oh, Cherry Ballista got placed on the wrong side. There's sporadic danger, but Odin does fight a small amount of health regen. Nothing too significant, but they will generate a decent amount of health. Valkyrie taking some damage there. Another Valor God power somewhere. It looks like on this, not on this Oracle.
Yuji?
Citizens are doing their part in form of collecting gold. Boomba here. And we've got another time shift counter barracks being redeployed over here. It's the one that was here, took a fair amount of damage. slightly on fire. Apparently being warped through time and space does not put out fires. Good to know. Go ahead and write that down. It will be on the test later.
Petros.
Time in space does not... Oops, hit my microphone. Does not stop forest or fires. Nor probably forest fires. We do have the Death Vault getting the Shield Maiden Valkyrie upgrade. Increased their damage by 50%. Also increased the healing rate by 33%. Very nice. So it looks like it's going to be heavy in the cavalry composition. Oh, looks like Pumbaa's being obtained. Pumbaa is going to be eaten. Couple pelters being blown field. Some heroic couple pelters. All he needs to defend against this situation. The Oracle has saw his demise at point blank range. One couple pelters there, as well as another Promethean. Pair of Prometheans not blowing field. No flaming kicks. We now have some Herseers now being deployed in the field. Valor God Power has been deployed. Hoping on a couple cultists. You know, Cherry Bliss are a pretty valuable target to do that. Nice little pop out there. Of course, he doesn't have Oceanus in order to greatly improve their movement speed. Not a possible minor god for Kronos. Lato's a pretty good minor god as well. The Spider Layers could snare the raiding cavalry. However, the Automaton upgrades, the one improving the range armor, the pierce armor for all human soldiers, or just melee infantry, not really usable against Norse. Commander being time shifted somewhere. Sure, plus the... As much they're pretty useful against the Norse. Against the current composition, not so much. The goat has been seized, and it looks like husbandry has not been researched by Red just yet. So these goats are lacking a husband. And it looks like he's going to just go slice apart the caribou. He's probably trying to interrogate them, asking where Rudolph is. Got some Termos here. I'm not sure why though. They're anti-range unit. None of these guys are ranged. Sharp pointy stick is not ranged. In most Age of Empire units. We do now the Aurochs taking a bit of damage there. We'll go and pick it off. Pumbaa is still here as well, doing some basic walls. The crow does take a bit of damage there. Oh, Raven. And that's a pretty good number of Promethean. He really needs to get the upgraded, the clay upgrade onto these Promethean. An extra Promethean offspring just makes them just ever so slightly more effective. Plus also increases their health. We do have now Rhea queued on up. Rhea is one of my preferred minor gods for the Atlanteans. Get access to Orichalcum Mail, and not to mention Trader God Power is pretty fun. At the Sisamaroon, probably butchered that name well enough, get access to Godi early, as well as Thundering Hooves. Forest Fire's been summoned. Does inside the manor. And Blue's having trouble getting over there. Looks like I think these citizens block their path. Can play. Looks like he's trying to use the gate. At least it will slow down Blue a little bit there. The manor has a bit of health to work with, so Red will be able to protect this. Citizens have escaped, and they will successfully get on out of there. Got a counterbearers being time shifted back. I don't know why he went for that, but he did. Blue has obtained 2 town centers. Red has only the 1. We do have the raiding cabinet over here. Use another Valor God power there. 1 couple cultists to intercept. Freya does also give access to the Horns of Consecration. Gives you access to early fanatics. So you can get age 3 fanatics. And quite friendly as well when it comes to Red, who's also available to Gaia. I think Gaia works Freya even better, since Gaia has all of her economic upgrades 1 age earlier. You can go straight to Freya, and you have very little incentives to actually go up to Mythic, other than getting the God Power in the Myth unit and, of course, the corresponding upgrades. But everything else is suitable for Heroic Age. Heavy units are pretty nice, but as a champion. So you can stick out. You could get the Heroic Age with Gaia and could sort of hang around a little bit longer with the advanced economic upgrades. You only go to the Heroic Age if the opponent starts going to Mythic Age. We got another Churros getting hit by the raiding cavalry there. Trying to escape. Capel's got pulled her back there. Another throwing Axeman here. Does have Heroic find Marmella, and he gets picked off instantaneously. And Red does go to design his Angray, saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. And the last replay I have in the folder before I go on to the live games is this one. Whatever this one may entail. Sling and mix sling face. Nice. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age Mythology replay. On the right side as a blue Gaia, we got Slingy McSling Face. So on the left side as a red Odin, we got Wolf. Now we got the Great Hunt rolled out over here, collecting some delicious hippopotami. And over here, of course, got the Gaia Forest Power deployed next to town, so they're just trying to get some trees. When it comes to the relics, we do have Turf Rings, Anger, and Sword. Heroes get regain hit points when fighting enemy units. Yeah, 10% lifesteal. Not bad. Usable by both sides. The Ankh of Ra provides a extra trickle of favor from 0.01 to 0.06. Very nice. We got the Fur of Boyi. Heroes get more health regen, so got a lot of hero stuff. And arrows to Ulfar increase the range attack of buildings. See a number of heroic citizens. You got early heroic citizens, spending some early favor and resources on that. Interesting.
Burek. Yuji Herjos.
She starts off with 2, right?
Scopo. Yuji. Scopos.
She's already up to 6 heroic citizens. That's interesting. I wonder how the math works behind that. Odin is getting the temple out now, so just needs a bit of food to age on up. Gaia has also been the temple as well, so it looks like her economy will balloon faster before Odin's, based on this strategy. It looks like it's being quite successful. And looks like got Freyja being queued on up. Don't have anything queued up over here. Going for Oceanus. Seems like a lot of Odins tend to go for cavalry with Freyja, in which Oceanus does get access to Weightless Mace, which improves the speed of the Calvapeltis, the counter cavalry unit. And not to mention heroic ones get additional movement speed. While they're on Lush, they should have absurdly high movement speed if that research also gets well researched. While the other, of course, we get Oceanus, Oranos can have up to like 5.8 movement speed Calvapeltis, heroic Calvapeltis, which is quite absurd. Valkyrie pushing her way forward. Of course, got Caladra for a bit of healing somewhere. I see a Raven there, wrong flying unit. Roger's probably out scouting, and that is
There,
heroic
Joe.
citizens. In fact, Gaia has a large number of heroic citizens. 8 out of 9 here are heroic, so the Valkyrie can't do much versus these heroic citizens.
Petros.
Skopos.
Can't do something versus the Oracle, though. Definitely very interesting going for all these heroic citizens. And of course, doesn't have access to Promethean. Gaia does not have access to Promethean to give a plus 27% more effective heroic citizens.
Correct.
Ramel's here. Looks like got singed a little bit there. They're covered in soot. And as long as the same lush, they get a bit of health regen going. Looks like the citizens are being wizards. They're turning chicken into chicken. Got a good number of medals there. It looks like they've healed up quite a bit. Very nice. You see the 2 darker colored ones. They're the ones still covered in soot. Like the Valkyrie.
Yuji.
We got
Bullred.
the heroic Oracle getting hit by some raiding cavalry. Going for Bite of the Shark does give a pathetic amount of bleed damage. I have no value into the poison or bleed damage. Because after all, it deals like 2 damage over its duration, which is not great at all. But it does give these Fanatics and Mermel's plus 5% damage, which is not too great, honestly. Very small amount to say the least. Got multiple Claudries here, very nice. Got Turma here, which is not going to be super useful versus the cavalry. Probably should go for more couple Peltus. There's a couple Peltus. Kappa-Pel. I don't know how to pronounce anything, so my apologies if I butcher all the words.
Skopos.
Just don't watch my War Game Red Dragon videos. I butchered all those names. Like, how on earth am I supposed to pronounce anything that's Finnish or Swedish? A number of the raiding cavalry there. 1 Valkyrie. They're all at max health. Odin does provide a bit of health regen. Another settlement or town center being obtained. Lush will be very useful for defense, plus 15 movement speed, plus the Marmelo's movement speed up to... Guess my off-man math is not being great right now. 3, 6, 7.5, approximately 5.25 when they're on Lush. Some damage there. You have now these guys being pursued. You see the Kapeldas are sprinting at 5.2. Same with the Marmels, that's probably 5.25. More Lush there, thanks to the whatchamacallit, manor. Up here, raiding cavalry do take out Oracle. Wayless Mace will of course improve these movement speed of these Kapeldas even further. And even further when they get heroicified. Even faster than the Oranos ones, since Oranos improves movement speed by 10%, this would be 50% on top of Lush, so their movement speed would be close to 6 while on Lush. And of course, some odd reason, Gaia's Lush just caused lag spikes for me, so I'm going to try to avoid having that in vision. I do not know why this just caused lag spikes. I just get frame rate drops around Gaia's Lush. Let me know if there's a setting I should enable or disable to help prevent this. Some of these citizens are taking some damage there. 1 does go down. Cavalry being pursued. Got the walls all established there.
Yuji.
Citizens have enough health to work with.
Skopos. Yuji.
Got triple quadra here. Red does not have anything to stop it. Blue will intercept this force, get some good strikes there, and plus the quadras find the snare effect. Very useful. None of these raiding cavalry are actually so low in health. The Valkyrie stays alive as well. Red needs to fall back entirely. Just let the Valkyrie do her work and heal stuff up. He is going for the Valkyrie now. Got some snares there.
Skopos. Yuji.
The red is falling back entirely.
Burek.
Red has quite a bit of force pushing this way forward. Couple terminals here, not a whole lot. Red has a significant force, 82 versus 82 military units in the field. Blue's force is way over here, a little bit separated from Force's defense. No watchtower upgrade, may want to get that going. One Oracle inside this one. Blue's backing off from this gold deposit. One farm here. Blue's force trying to fall back, but it's coming back separated. Does get throwing axemen here, which rather counter these forces here. And with the assistance, Blue managed to escape into the sentry tower. Gonna go for more counter barracks there. No weightless mace upgrade just yet. And got another guy of force power trying to be established there, which may trap these units. We'll see, does not trap his units in time. 48 versus 52 civilians at the moment. And Red could try reloading these units towards the oh no, the force fire has already been established. I forgot about that. Thermos are being used to engage these throwing axemen. They are counter throwing axemen. Cherry Bulls can also do that as well, but of course they are far faster. Raiding cavalry does go down there. Got a couple Valkyries here. 3 Valkyries in the field. Raiding cavalry moving forward. Axemen just trying to charge way forward. Got another carnivore there. Does eat one of the raiding cavalry. I see heroic units there by Blue to engage the Valkyries. Carmel's doing a good job throwing axemen. Blue's force over here is starting to get overrun a little bit there. Got still a good number of quadria there, which are drawing some throwing axes, but nothing too significant. Blue right now has similar military size to Red. Couple of heroic Marmels there. Four Valkyries right there. 2 more on the way. Trying to go for the 6 Valkyries. Frontline heroics being researched there. Reducing the promotion cost for infantry by 30%. So it's got the sentry tower upgrade, or not sentry tower, watchtowers. Guys, trying to fall back there. Military size is still quite similar. Do now have Scotty being researched by Red. This could be a game-winning move for by Red. Frost this formation there, and then start raiding citizens. Granulation's also being researched. Massive round heroic units there. Taking time to pick off some of these throwing axemen, and hasn't taken too many losses in return. Good micro there. We do have the Death Spot upgrade there. Now got Shield Maiden Valkyries to get plus 50% damage and faster healing rate.
Skopos. Burek.
Right now, Red has an army size of 157 versus 104. Frost has been summoned. Looks like got majority or entirety of the army. Those did get entirety of the army. Very good. Nope, some units are not frozen there like this Marmello. But now got the raiding cavalry trying to push forward. Citizens, heroic Marmello trying to intercept. Some citizens starting to go on down there. Of course, got the Crown Relations help protect himself. Both protect him against the Marmellos. Roger get a nice heal there on the heroic Marmello to stand and fight. Heroic Citizen takes some damage there. Does inside the watchtower. Looks like Red slowly falling, being forced in back. Frost has been subsided there. More Frost Giants being summoned, as well as more throwing X-Men and raiding cavalry. Blue's going for another Quadra and Marmello. Blue's actually having trouble with gold income for more. I see something red over here. Just the Raven. Blue take out the economic field.
Burek.
Marmello's taking a bit of damage there. Just want to fall back. Got Carnivora somewhere. I have no idea where. Way over here. Carnivora got summoned over here. Getting some villagers. Does have 75% less damage versus civilians. And Carnivora will grab the full health raiding cavalry there. When Ulfsark got promoted. And eats the Ulfsark there as well. Leaving one more medal to do some work.
Skopos.
Reyes now being researched. Orichalca Mail should be a pretty good upgrade. Gets another 15% damage vulnerability reduction.
UG.
What's Ray as well? You get Consecrated Horns, get early Fanatics, which should be pretty useful against all the cavalry. Focus down those throwing axemen.
Burek.
Some of the Frost Giants to go down as well. More turns before. Got good enough quadrants for healing. Blue does manage to force back Red quite nicely, it seems like. Right now, Blue has 100 army, 102 versus 55. Taking out more of these Frost Giants. Of course, Rhea as well. Blue can start stealing some of the myth units, which is the next Frost Giant. And of course, gets one free Beaky Moth. Osark there does go down. We do have now Rhea's gift gives you a rebate on your favor. In this case, 40 plus favor be restored to his inventory. And of course, makes Orichalca Mail free in favor. He has gone for bronze shields or copper shields. You can skip that, though at least copper upgrades pretty cheap. Could use the Trader Godfire there on the Frost Giant. I would say do it. We're not going to does do it. Very good. Not like we're going to get any better targets for it. Does lose Behemoth. Does have, of course, the Frost Giant there. Does try to free himself from raiding cavalry. Oh, we got another behemoth. Let's just go for multiple behemoths there. We do have now the Orichalcomel being researched as well.
Yuji. Burek.
Cruise for infantry, not for your
Opals.
human soldiers. This makes Morelos go up from 46 to 54 armor. Also, only has bronze. Go for a copper chest plate next. Armor stacking is such a very powerful capability. Red's going for a good number of throwing axemen and some Jarls. Jarls are at heavy Jarls. Behemoth push right forward. Kermos finds something almost throwing axe in there. They had bad patching, so they just got ripped apart pretty much for free. Offer them Huskarls to counter. Good item would be go forward and concentration to get out those fanatics. Fanatics can counter infantry and cavalry, which is basically the entire composition of the Norse. So throwing X-Men would technically still counter them. Granted, getting enough palaces in the field is a little bit more difficult. Marcus Archer's not pulling the field. Behemoths, pretty good number. You don't really see this many behemoths, but they are living siege weapons and give you good crush damage, so they're not a bad unit to mix in your army if you want crush damage. But you don't have to worry about building structures to get them out. I mean, new structures, no palace need to get destroyers, which also don't have crush damage, but they have good multipliers and good melee damage. More Marmellos. And the captured or traded Frost and Students, good work there. Got another carnivore summoned out somewhere, down south. Marmellos are... no Marmellos, just got some All-Stars, some Mercy summoned. Does eat the nearly dead All-Star. And the carnivore should win out this fight. Trader something. Traders the Valkyrie here. It is a regular Valkyrie, not a shield maiden Valkyrie. Quite a bit of force there. Red's trying to go for some long houses there. It looks like the rest of these dwarves are no longer existing there. Got some more Marmellos, taking out some housing there. Red has actually getting pretty close to Popcast, so taking the housing is important, and actually is going to be effective. Got a good number of gatherers here, gathering up some farms. It looks like that the behemoth's going straight to the town center. And blue just overall just seems like steamrolling red at the moment. Council goes down, Colossus healing away. Palace here. And Red does go ahead and resign his Angrade, saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And now on to some of the live games. Let's see now. Starting from the bottom, do I see any names? No. Oh. Usually a clan person is pretty good rating. Let's do that one. 21 minutes at least. On a map named made of air. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age Mythology replay. So on the bottom right side is the blue Gaia, or not blue Gaia, blue Hades. We have Taparica. Spawn top left side is the red Gaia. We have DOD, or DOD space Flames. When it comes to the differences too, when it comes to Hades' natural benefits, we got focus range soldiers and buildings. Get shade. Smith units have increased hit points, very nice to have. Ranged soldiers and heroes get +1 range and line of sight. Rotation gets +2 range, and you get ballistics and burning pitch instantly for free in their respective ages. Gaia and the counterpart has start with hero citizens, and promoting heroes costs 25% less. Economic guilds are and technologies are 35% cheaper, and research and age earlier. And economic buildings, such as councils and manors, economic guilds, and markets grow lush, and lush provides a bit of health regen. When it comes to between these two, Hades, of course, go for Athena or Ares. You, of course, can get access to Pierce Armor, which is quite nice for infantry. Saricia to improve your hoplites, melee damage, and a little bit extra range. Restoration, of course, a pretty good god power, and the Minotaur is just a bit more of a decent myth unit. Pestilence is a little bit weaker than the Gold Edition. Cyclopses are weaker than the Gold Edition, but still a good frontline unit. Phobos Spear Panic is a pretty nice upgrade. Give your hoplites and Padromos divine damage. Early high passes can be quite nice, as well as increase to 15% damage, and Toxic Haze get +10% damage. Looks like Gaia's going for Oceanus. I'm more biased towards Leto myself. You get access to Spiralers, a pretty useful god power. I think people don't use it often enough. Automatons, we all know Automatons. Nice frontline, beefy, mostly good for defense smith unit. Though against the Greeks, where they have limited number of heroes, this can be used for offense, but not as much. And one thing that's really nice for Leto is Volcanic Forge, improving all human soldiers' pierce armor by 15%. And additional 50% for if they become heroic as well. And of course, make your oracles generate more favor. Did I actually rotate the camera? Let me slow down the game. How did I actually rotate the camera? How do I unrotate the camera? How? There we go. I think it's back normal. How did I actually rotate the camera? Am I going crazy? Probably yes. Got Atlantia versus Oceanus.
Skopos.
Oracle, bring back a relic. It is Tail of Cerberus. Gives your Mythians use their special ability more often. Suggests me maybe she should go for
Burek.
Lampedes if she gets the Mythic Age. Where is Norm the Minotaur? A blue dot somewhere. There's a scout. There's Norm the Minotaur, as well as Ajax. It looks like both players is eyeing for a bit of more eco. Blue's going for secondary town center. Red is going for a secondary town center as well. So I'll continue fast forwarding because there's nothing much going on at the moment. We got trees being summoned.
Yoji.
I'm also going to sneeze relatively soon. My apologies. The sneeze is not coming out. Oh, I think Blue did not have the entire part of the map scouted, so Northern Minotaur spotted the edge of the earth. Aha, take that, Globetards.
Burek.
Terma now pushing down south, a counter range unit. I think a lot of Atlanteans overrely on the Terma, but it is a nice unit, don't get me wrong. Another Oracle has been built, and the Terma does find the town center. And do have Sentinels there. The 5th Sentinel did spawn in front of the trees, and he did a good job holding off Sentinels until we actually needed them. Sentinels are not good at fighting armies, it's only good at protecting yourself from raids. And this will allow them to protect them from this raid, so maybe a little bit overkill this one time. The walls are here. Northern Minotaur can bull charge these forces. Did manage to kill the wounded Terma, and got some decent damage with these other units, very nice. So with these Sentinels sort of stacked up forward, it means it's going to be higher damage concentration here. Up north, you have this scout, scouting at these bastard horses, aka zebras. Romellos and Terma slowly taking out the wooden wall. And we do have another age up there. We got Aphrodite, gives access to the Nemean line. Golden apples improve your carrying capacity of your villagers, as well as improve the movement speed. Divine blood, or did I get those mixed up? And the other mythological upgrade improves the favor generation from your villagers. So one, I can't remember which one did which. Gaia, of course, can go for either Rhea or not Hyperion. What was the name of the other one? Worry about it a little bit later.
Correct.
Romello's trying to gauge Achilles now. No heroes here. And Claudia can be easily sniped by these Ajax and Achilles. Curse. I looked away for a brief moment. Those units got cursed and become piggies, and now these pigs gonna wee all the way to new home. We got Thea, that was what it was. You get the Herspeti tree, which is more of the common one, though it feels like recently it's been going a bit more rare more often. Thea gives access to the Symphiline bird and the Dryads. Dryads come from the Herspeti tree, and they cause 0 population, which is why they're always quite nice to have, and it causes 0 favor as well. A nice bulky supplementary unit. Oracles get improved favor generation as well. Montaneris gets a more of a snare effect, increase their damage by 50%, and make your cavalry cost less, and horrifying them cost less as well, while increasing their speed. Of course, I am biased towards Rhea, particularly for Gaia. Gaia gets early economic upgrades, so she gets all of her economic upgrades as early as age 3. And you can get Fanatics in age 3 as well. To go along with that, you got the Orichalcum Mail, improve your infantry armor, your melee armor by 50%, a very excellent upgrade. And Rhea's gift gives you rebate on all your favor. Not to mention, Trader means you can steal only opponents' myth units, or siege weapons, or any unit you choose. Very nice to have. We do have now Bite of the Shark, improving Marmello and Fanatic damage by 5%, and give you a pitiful amount of bleed damage over time. That bleed damage is basically 2 damage over 3 seconds. It's not great. We do have now Hespetus. Oh! Fast age 4. I was not expecting that. Gaia's not even gotten age 3. Hades was going for age 4. Hepatus gives access to the Colossus, the Plenty Vault, as well as upgrade his unique crossbowman unit from the fortress, the... I forget what it's called. Gastroferturos. I just call him the crossbowman because it is actually a crossbowman. A pretty good range unit that I think players should build more often. Good generous range unit that is a good replacement for siege weapons, while able to fight everything else a bit more effectively.
Scopus.
You have a number of high passes here. Dark Age high passes. Ramello's rotating around. Gaia's aging up to Rhea now, but looks like Hepatus will be researched first. Not to mention you'll get access to a plenty vault pretty quickly. We got, of course, these symbols back here, lacking even medium upgrade. You only need to get the medium upgrade and we get at least 30 of the units up on the field approximately. So you actually need quite a bit of units on the field before we get used to the medium upgrades. Don't feel like you have to go for the medium upgrade. It provides you plus 10% health and damage cost 300 resources. So take 10% of each military unit and divide that number, or 300 divided by that number, and that gives you roughly how many units in the field before it becomes cost effective. But if your population is maxed out, you probably should still get it either way. Plenty Vault has now been established by Blue. Rhea has been completed as well, has his Trader God power. Could steal the Nemean line, though honestly the Colossus could be quite nice. And nice how Nemean Line Roar stuns these Murmellos. Yep, the best target right now for the Trader God power is in fact the Colossus. And Gaia should know she's fighting against a Colossus since she saw the Plenty Vault get summoned. Though it is a pretty quick notification gets popped up, so it's easy to miss. We've got bronze upgrades and Orichalcum mail being researched. A lot of good stuff there. Nemean Lion roars once again. A cat screaming in the face of everything is pretty standard. After all, that's what cats do. Oracle gets sliced apart there. Red has an army size of 4. Not great. Has a rude amount of food to age on up. Needs more gold, which may be invested in all these research. Heavy infantry among everything else. We're gonna get some more Argus archers and more Murmellos. We've got good enough high passes here, so Argus archers are a good idea. Toxays. Oh, carnivore somewhere. Has no crush damage. Maybe a fair amount of damage there, but looks like the build rate is faster or roughly equal. So in 10 seconds, the counter will be complete. Perseus now being researched now. Perseus now pulling a field. He has a Medusa head there. And that's, of course, how he gets head. We do have the behemoth there, as well as stone walls. And second bit of damage there. Chiron here to summon. The carnivore is classified as a myth unit, so Chiron will get bonus damage versus it. And maybe tasking a villager to start repairing it up wouldn't be half bad. We'll take a bit of time to get some repairs going, but one villager shouldn't be too big of a issue. Mana going down. Bad in manner. Behemoth quickly forward. Traitors the Colossus there. Nemean Lion screams at him for being a traitor. And does petrify the Colossus as well. Well, that traitor was mostly meant just to deny the Colossus. Wasn't really meant to do much there. But it's at least an easy way to kill a Colossus. It's just a glorified bolt god power but cheaper favor cost. Of course, for me, my apologies. Guy's Lush does cause some lag spike issues, so my apologies for some frame rate issues. I don't know why I had that issue. If anyone knows what causes the issue, please do let me know. We do have some champion melee infantry for Hades. We do have now Consecration there. Enables the Fanatics. You have now Heliopoly being here. Mainline screaming, facing some Murmellos. Break of Restoration there. Villagers begin to touch the town center. Doesn't get garrison inside of it. Hit the wrong button. Good number of citizens have fallen down. They have done their part. fanatics being built by the palace now. And since the Horns of Consecration, they have a pretty fast production rate. It's like 5 seconds.
Luigi.
Neiman line here is still pretty healthy. Fortified town center here, of course, will take a bit of a beating. Neiman line screams once again. Town center does get destroyed. These citizens are likely to be next. And now we do have Atlas being summoned here. The Tartarum Gate here from Lampage wouldn't be half bad to deny reinforcements. Easier said than done sometimes. There's probably going to be implosion here relatively soon. Down to 74 population. Last I checked was like in the 80s. Continentals push way forward. Got a good number of hoplites here. The Falcon Sea, yep, does bring in the implosion. The implosion upon this land. Of course, got a bit of a friendly fire damage there, I believe. A lot of gunfires don't do friendly fire damage, but that seemed like it did actually quite a bit of friendly fire damage. We do now have the town center does get interrupted and destroyed there. Red is starting to stabilize right here. Has 74 military units versus 92. Going for the coinage upgrades and eyeing for some trade caravans. And does have a nice chain of lush there to improve the trade capabilities, improve the speed of his llamas. It looks like he's playing a bit of Age of Empires 4 Mongols. Bit damage there. Town center gets destroyed once again. 80 civilian units. Traders. I don't know what he traded there. My apologies, I may have missed it. So something got traded, I just don't know what. Another carnivore summon right there. More artists straightforward. 49 militaries versus 95. No fanatics on the field queue. Fanatics will be a good item, just not to mention their really high production rate. Right now, guys having trouble with food. Has plenty wood and gold, so can pull out more farms. Maybe buy some food from the market. So right now, a fanatic will be takes 6 seconds to deploy, very quick. Good way to get your numbers up going, plus they do counter hoplites. Llamas move at 5.2 when they're on lush and 4.6 when they're off lush. In comparison, Poseidon gives them plus 0.3 base, so Gaia's lush base llamas are faster. We're trying to tame the secondary or not tertiary, but Quartaris town center. Quartarian. Got another Argus there. And no Continentals here. Not yet champion, fighting against a good number of hoplites here. Got some fanatics on the build queue as well. Fanatics are currently heavy. They have a times 0.5 multiplier versus melee infantry.
Burek.
These containers following him back there. Tents has been established there. Has now maximum population of 260 versus 210. Llamas are going down. Containers trying to intercept. Llamas going down there. Red has an army size of 18. Himself max military population, and Red does resign now. Zan grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see. That name looks familiar. Decent amount of long games here. See if I find any decently rated stuff. Got a guild tag here. Usually guild tags are... doesn't necessarily mean great players. Good eye at that one. Slug is cool. Keep an eye on that one. Wait, that name seems familiar. Yep, we'll do that one. Hero. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age Mythology replay. So on top left side as the blue Odin got evil underscore owns. On bottom right side as the red Freyr got Eero. When it comes to these two, it always seems like Odin tends to go for more cavalry focus. Odin of course has access to, when it comes to passive, focuses Great Hall units, dwarves, and gathers dwarves hunt 10% faster. Great Hall units generate more favor in battle. Human soldiers and heroes generate a little bit extra hit points, nothing too significant, and get free scouts. As opposed to, was it Freyr? Yep, Freyr does offer technology and defense. Has put the god power that gives more power for each age. Costs 50% less food, wood, and gold, but takes 150% longer to research. It's not too bad. Cheaper is always nicer to have. Hill forts and hill fort units do plus 10% damage. More focus on the husk roll, which are not as, or more of a counter unit, of course. And repairing is free and can repair a few other units. Which is the Dark Age. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Go to the Age of Heimdall or Freyja. Heimdall has a pretty good god power. Undermine, instantly kill walls and towers. Inhari is a force multiplier, a pretty good myth unit to help improve your entire army for a burst of damage, but his upgrades are a little bit lackluster. Sentry towers get additional hit points, walls get additional hit points, and boons cost 50% less gold. Not really great, but could be useful for expansion town center. Galja Horn, that's just Inhari stuff, and of course Vrigas Thula gives your units faster building and training rate, which is not great, honestly. Freyja, of course, 4-star god power, a little bit of lackluster 4 god power, but definitely great buff in the gold edition. Falker's a nice and mobile myth unit, can also heal. Thundering Hooves improves your cavalry and speed and hit points, which is one reason why Odin players tend to go for her a little bit more often, so he's also more focused on Great Hall stuff. And you got the Scissor Rumi, make your heroes cost 10% less. Odin's agent of Freyja, and looks like Freyr is upgrading to Freyja as well. So no Asgardian Bastion for red. relic has been obtained. This one is the Chariot of Subali. Gives you a pair of free lions. Not great, but they're free. Scales of Echidna. Make your mythic units cost less, barring favor. Hermes Winged Sails. Make your heroes have increased movement speed. Very nice. And looks like the last relic's way down here. Turf Ring, Android Swords. Gives your heroes some lifesteal. We got the Valkyrie pushed way forward, but it's been pursued by the Valkyrie. Of course, a player can deploy out Forest Fire to help hit and do some damage. Other player can go ahead and deploy out Forest Fire and go ahead and hit and do some damage. Why would you cast Forest Fire? Both players cast Forest Fire in the same patch of forest. Do each individual tree gets owned by a player, or do they somehow spread to the same fire? Blue's Valkyrie likely will go down. Gather's Luke shank the Valkyrie a little bit. Perseus gets some hits there as well.
Skipan.
And looks like Raven may be shot down. Birdie down. Blue's going for some raiding cavalry. Red, however, is going a bit more creative. He's deploying some raiding cavalry.
Yow.
Blue's obtaining some goats down here. And this is when the Golden Lions offers 70 health, 15 damage, and a slow attack speed. So, it's just okay. It does cost 0 population, and you get them for free and will respond back automatically, so yeah, don't expect too much. 5 movement speed is actually pretty nice, so it can go beat most mill armies around, though not necessarily raiding cavalry. Blue's going for husbandry, as well as red, so all the goats shall get a husband. Lion eating raiding cavalry. Raiding cavalry has higher DPS and more health, but it costs an infinite amount more. Kitty Cat does get killed off there.
Tilbuin.
Blue's Valkyrie is, of course, taking a bit of damage there. Red's Valkyrie could be picked off right here and does get fully surrounded, so Red's Valkyrie goes down pretty much for free. Blue's Valkyrie almost goes down there as well. Nice pick there for Blue. Right now they have similar military units, military force in the field. And it looks like Red will be bopping some of these Orcross. And Pumbaa there. More raiding cavalry being established by Blue. Red's going for more raiding cavalry as well. Crow here, flying about. Who's trying to establish another Valkyrie. His current one is alive, but of course wounded, so the Valkyrie can go ahead and take time to heal the Valkyrie. Raiding cavalry is trying to push their way forward. Who's going for some throwing axemen versus raiding cavalry? That's not a good idea. Erdman is probably the better option, being the spearmen. And we do have the last of these bears being cleaned up. The ox cart can remain inside the walls. Red's Thundering Hooves is being researched. Blue does not have Thundering Hooves researched. Both sides have gone for medium raiding cavalry. Copper armor being researched by Red, very nice. So Red's gained some good improvements for his raiding cavalry, make them far more effective. If I remember correctly, damage to the armor, effects of armor is more effective versus units who are inherently low armor. Raiding cavalry does take a bit of damage there. see, 10% hack armor. So they should get plus 8% here, going to 28%. Whoops. If my offhand math is incorrect. He does also get his Thundering Hooves, so now his cavalry moves faster and have more health. 126 health versus 116. Another Valkyrie on the build queue for red this time.
Yo.
It's falling back, both sides taking minimal damage. Of course, red doesn't have a way to heal up the damage. Blue does. Plus, he's also Odin, which does have offer that little bit of health for Gen. Another Valkyrie deployed by red. Yep, those go up to 28% hack armor. Very nice. Oh, red is going for killing Bersetti. Lucas just simply try to run away. I see more Valkyries being put up by blue. Red's backing up off. Killing Bersetti's pushing forward. Some of these units are engaged. This force is starting to fall back now. Blue has an army size of 75 versus 40, 51. Dylan Bersetti's halfway to expired. And looks like the legendary Puma has gone down. Appears got to no damage done. But at least delayed the assault. We do now have Red's Death Blot being researched.
Skipan.
Blue is not researched just yet. And Blue's going for some more armory there. Going for more raiding cavalry, more throwing axemans.
Já, tilbúin. Hver
Já.
þar? Skipan.
Agion now being researched now by red. Get access to the rock giants. Odin in return can age up to Scotty or Njord. Of course, get Frost Axe, the Winter Hunter's Axe, improving his maximum range of throwing axemen and get them really good tracking. Winter Harvest is a pretty nice upgrade there. Get plus 1% collection rate for your farms and plus 10% of the natural stuff. As opposed to Jarl's hit points, raiding cavalry damage, and raiding, which is also pretty nice as well. Walking Woods is okay, but it's also quite nice to give you a quick summoning of myth units in case, or siege weapons, like such as right there. But there's plenty of trees nearby, so that could be pretty good minor god power there. While Frost is also a good way to lock down an opponent's army. Blue right now has an army size 104 versus 59. 4 Spire summoned by blue, and there's reds. We didn't just got research there. There's the rock giant. Does have some Perseers here and start engaging the rock giant. We have the feats of renown being researched there. Tempest being summoned, a very good fire support god power. Some of these units are being slowed on down. Some of these looting axemen are getting left behind there. Now their military size is pretty similar, but still more favorable towards blue. Red's army is pretty wounded though, and blue's getting some good health regen there. Not to mention 4 Valkyries to top off their health as well.
Tilbúin.
No shield maidens though. Got Scotty now being researched there, which can help freeze this army to allow him to engage other units. Red has 2 Valkyries here. They are shield maidens, which means they have plus 33% faster healing rate. So he has 2 and 2/3 Valkyries versus 4 in healing or 5 in healing rate. They have a lot of work in front of them, that's for sure. Blue, not so much, thanks to Odin's passive health vision. It's not much, but does actually add up. Especially when it's damage spread out across the entire army. Got copper upgrades and medium infantry for red. Going for some Erdman now, and more rock giants. Thunder and Hooves now research for blue. Rock Giant deployed in the field, which can freeze the Rock Giants. Then when it comes to magic systems, generally Earth magic beats Water magic, and Ice magic is a form of Water magic.
Yow.
While Frost Giants being quote-unquote being water should be good against Fire Giants.
Yow.
And Fire Giants, let's see. I guess Mountain Giants are wind.
Skipan.
Now I don't see it. Definitely
Yow.
flush. We do now have the Hamask being researched, giving Berserk's increased 10% speed and bonus damage versus myth units by 50%. Copper upgrades or bronze upgrades for Odin. Got a copper shield being researched by Freyr, which is not important. Same for the bronze shields. Norse mostly use melee damage. Very few sources have range damage, primarily defensive structures, which can most of the time largely be ignored. Raiding cavalry push the way forward.
Tilbúin.
Tilbúin.
Those are pretty well fashioned. Does get those gatherers inside the town center. Who's building another town center now? One of Red's Valkyries to go down. Rock Giant does taunt a good number of Valkyries.
Yow.
Blue's armor's at full health. The Valkyries need to heal themselves next. Gold Lions are right here, being hit now. And both sides now have heavy cavalry. Got the Granite Maw research for the Rock Giants, becoming Granite Giants. Going at some push away forward. Red's raiding cavalry being pursued. Rock Giant does get frozen, but does not interrupt the taunt effect.
Yow.
Red's raiding cavalry thing goes throwing accident. Does get the feast renown healing regeneration for Red now. Both sides healing up quite significantly. One Rock Giant does go down. Frost Giant still causes some issues. Another hill force out there. Looks like the Red's force there does get cleaned up pretty quickly. Blue's force up to 126. Red's down to 29. Going for more raiding cavalry now. Grand Giant does escape on out of there. And Blue still has the Frost ability. We got the Winter Harvest now being researched as well.
Yow.
Gate does go down there. Got some Erdman and Jarls from Plum Field. They are great Jarls, which means heavy Jarls. Dwarves to get inside the hill fortress there. Raiding cavalry does get picked off. Got some forces over here.
Tilbúin.
Ox cart gets evacuated along with the dwarves. I think the Oxcar should have been notified last as a pretty easy notification. Hey, I'm trying to evacuate all the civilians. He's hitting a lot of these red forces now. Granite Giant hitting up north does taunt some units, not anything too significant. Frost Giant does freeze some raiding cavalry there. Right now, Red has a massive food stockpile, needs more gold. Good amount of gold has been cleaned on up on the red side. And Blue is doing a good job pulling off good number of civilians for Red. It doesn't look like Red's going to be in the game for much longer. Has 12 gatherers, 1 dwarf inside there, so that's half his economy, and Red does back the game now. This is great, so thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I probably cannot speak right now. My mind's fried from my allergies right now. I have probably enough in me for one more replay. Let's see now. Let's see. Yep, we're doing that one. Did I already cast a replay? I did one with there. I think I did the other player from a replay that I downloaded from a Discord server. Greetings everyone, and great here with another Age Mythology replay. Small on bottom left side as the blue Freyr, we got Eero. Small on top right side as a red Kronos, we got Neymar MD. When it comes to these civilization's natural benefits, Freyr does provide technology and defense, reduce the cost of technologies by 50%, but increase their research by another 150%. I say that's a good trade-off. Hill 4 and Hill 4 units get plus 7% damage, so good for siege weapons, as well as Huskarls. Tuned to match up Huskarls' improved capability could be quite nice. And free repairing. Kronos, of course, let's see, it was Kronos, right? Yeah. Kronos, of course, provides bonuses for siege units and myth units, can time shift. Buildings are 25% faster when near mana, which is not too important, but can be quite nice. Receive an extra free myth unit upon aging up, and lost siege units and myth units will give you a 20% rebate upon death. It's not too half bad. When it comes to the initial gods, we've got Freyr or Oler. Freyja does give you access to the Forest Fire God Power, which is okay now in Gold Edition was portable, and Retold is good. Valkyrie is of course a good mobile myth unit that can also heal. Very nice to have. Cavalry increased speed and hit points is always quite nice as well. And Goaties get enabled early and plus 10% hit points. I hear the time-shifted temple here. We've got Prometheus being researched. And over here, no age up just yet. This is going to be a bit of a problem. Lose chrono time for a bit of a rush. Let's see. Could go for the Asgardian Bastions. Use the standard Oler. Give access to the faster movement speed for the Longhouse units, as opposed to earlier portable battering ram. We're probably meant for the Asgardian Bastion, which is an early Hill 4 you can get for free. 2 Promethean there does age up for Freyja, so Valkyries and Cavalry. And of course some Goaty upgrades. Promethean, which is a bulky frontline myth unit. Nothing too fantastic about them. They do offer a tiny bit of crush damage. They're just meant to be frontline. Corsair here, of course it is a Dark Age Corsair, which means 0.8 slow taxi, so 0.7 times 6. So what's it, 4.2 DPS against myth units? Red does find the Piggy. He's going wee all the way to his new home. Cherry bullets are being pulled in the field, very nice. Since most of the Norse units are a form of infantry. The ballista will, of course, offer bonus damage there. Does get inside the sentry tower there. Very nice. I'm going to sneeze. My allergies have been acting up, and I feel like the sneeze is coming again. He does avoid the volley from the chariot ballista, but the sentry tower takes a bit damage there. Oh, go for H2 Gillen Versetti. This is a great boon for Red. He should probably just time shift these structures away. Probably should time shift the temple away a long time ago. And we got no civilian units being queued up here, so blue is getting flustered. We got to re-queue up the civilians. Another Promethean being summoned here. Remember, oh, does go ahead and get it retained inside garrison inside the temple. Very nice. Something I don't see all too often in Age of Mythology. It is a tactic you use in Age of Empires too. You can do it in Age of Mythology. Gillen Versetti has expired. Pops him out. May save the counter barracks. Does not save the counter barracks. It forces a fire god power.
Burek.
Red is making some excellent gains here. Aspects of the lack of civilians, so we lost some civilian fetch time. Maybe one gatherer. Red's pulling out all the stops. Second Valor has been pulled in field, or maybe that's the third one. Heroic Cherry Ballista, very nice. A couple Promethean here. He does get the Promethean, the sweet flaming kicks. Another counter barracks time shift forward, very nice. Cherry Ballista needs to focus on the Valkyrie. So hitting first here is not bad. Rating counter does find the Cherry Ballista there. Couple politics being deployed on the field as well. There's a raiding cavalry there. It looks like Red just gets overwhelmed and time shifts the temple away. For Valor's the Calpeltis, that's probably not worth it. Didn't get much, definitely not worth it. You better just use on to a citizens over here because that'll give you more value. Once you get some destroying the counter barracks, you can go ahead and take time, task one of these units to repair up the sentry tower. It will be free repairs because he is Freyr. Let's see, when it comes to the next age up, Chronos can get access to Hyperion or Rhea. I'm always biased towards Rhea, but then again, I usually put more focus on Gaia. Hyperion's quite nice because Chaos is an excellent god power as well as Trader. Satyr a nice backline myth unit there. I would rate the Satyr higher than the Behemoth, but the Behemoth is, of course, an easy siege unit to get. When it comes to the extra upgrades, I think Rhea does it better. Ori Caltham gives more hack armor against Norse, pretty useful. Rebate on your favor on your mythological upgrades and remove their favor costs, very good. And an early Fanatics, and Fanatics should be particularly useful against the Norse since most of their compositions infantry or cavalry, which Fanatics do counter both. Pioneer Sky, that's for siege breams, the ship. Satyr upgrade. Oracles become heroic and only be trained heroic. Very nice, good way to get some extra favor generation and some extra health regen here, and hero hit points can be quite nice as well. Except for the Valor God power, it does combo better with Promethean, but I'm always more biased towards Rhea. Got another Valkyrie, got the upgraded Valkyrie, this blocked upgrade. More Cherry Ballista and more Prometheans. Freyr have access to Ager as well as Bragi. Freyr gives access to Rockshot, an excellent myth unit. Tempest, an excellent god power. We got the Feaster now, gives you a little bit of food generation from towns and forces, which is nice, but nothing too massive, honestly. Also provides a little bit of AoE health. This one's nice, just gives you a little supplementary income. We encourage you to build more fortresses. Is it going to pay for itself? No. Just something nice to even out the cost over time. And 9 Waves gives your heroes and siege weapons more speed as well as increase their damage. And this makes Freyr's Ballista very, very deadly with his natural bonus of +10 and plus that with another +20%. His ballista gets to the point where they actually become borderline overpowered, honestly. Bragi offers another excellent god of power, flaming weapons. The battle boar is a pretty good crowd control one. Definitely received a lot of nerfs lately, or throughout the patches seem like. It's not as good as it used to be, but still a pretty good god, or not god power, myth unit. Berserk's hit points and favor upon death, it's very nice to have. Summery made your Erdman faster and better against cavalry, which is nice if you need to, if your opponent going for cavalry, so it's a good counter cavalry upgrade. And makes your myth units have a bit of movement speed and health regen. I wonder if that affects myth units, like mythic rejuvenation. Increased movement speed in myth units can be quite nice, particularly if you want to support certain myth units to help accompany your army a little better. I would need to sit down and look at what myth units will get what movement speeds, honestly. But on paper, it can be nice. Then again, pretty much any upgrade sounds good on paper.
Skipan.
In theory, with Freyja's upgrade, Thundering Hooves getting these guys up to Valkyries up to 6.6, that in theory as well would also get another 10% movement speed for them. So in theory, they should get up to 7.2 movement speed. Just think about that, it's absolutely absurd. My apologies. You have now Ager being researched. The heroic couple pelters there will help counter the cavalry and the Valkyries there. Very nice. A limited number of those guys along the flanks can be very nice. We do have, of course, Ager researched by Freyr. Kronos is not queued up anybody just yet. Needs a lot more food before Agion up, but has plenty of wood in stockpile at least.
Clear that.
Burek.
Got some units playing with delicious venison. Dwarves and gathers may be hit here pretty soon. Good number of chariot ballista here, but right now it's one of the cavalry composition. You now have the Tempest being summoned there. Got the Rock Giant keeping them in place there. Good split there. The cavalry and Balkans are hitting the backline units. They're not getting hit by any units or counter cavalry units there. The front lines getting hit by units there. Overall, looks like the Red's arm is going to get cleaned up quite nicely. Not to mention Tempest to guarantee the kill. Blue's been very aggressive with the god powers. Well, the first two were very defensive, but that was a pretty defensive use of the god power as well. It's been very not aggressive with the god powers. Assertive. We do not have Rhea being queued on up. I think that is the better option. Or Calcamail just seems like such a good god power to go provide the Norse. The Heroic Turmoil is being researched. What was that? I heard that background sound. I don't remember hearing the background sound before. Thought I heard something. I think I'm just going crazy.
Burek.
Rhea is now being researched. Gets access to the Trader God power, which could steal the Rock Giant. Who's pushing forward just with the cavalry, going for a raid. No Thundering Hooves just yet. Got some Calpapeltis or Heroic Calpapeltis would be the ideal counter in this situation. Got some Heroic Thermos to help focus on the raiding cavalry or the Valkyries.
Burek.
Manor being time shifted. Looks like if he's time shifting the manor, either just trying to get a good sanctuary for the citizens, or may I build some structures over here.
Yuji.
Thundering Hooves now being researched. temple being time shifted forward. Maybe I'm once you get the double behemoth right there, try to get forward and put deployment in. They're pretty slow, so pushing them forward like that is not a bad idea. Oh. There's behemoths. At least when the temple's time shifted, won't deploy them out until it's fully complete. Very nice. I thought, wait a second. Will they get spawned out, or would they bug out and not get deployed? Because in the build in the time shift state, but they did get in fact built.
Here, Joes.
Oracle there spots the force advancing. He has a front row seat to it. Does run away into the town center. Did drop the Jade Hair relic there, which does provide myth units increased movement speed. And probably should focus on this as well. Behemoth is engaging the town center, just raids over there. Blue civilians can hit quite hard there. Got a piece of noun here to engage. Remember first here, so we have good favor generation. Town center goes down, that's Blue's only town center. He constructs the physical fort, which will give Blue some resources to build another town center, so that may not have been a good idea. Oh, remove fortification, but the behemoths are the structures. Honestly, destroying the housing is a good target. Putting a pop-capping opponent when they have no town center can be very good. Citizens got picked off there. Lose that pop-cap at the moment. Yeah, getting the housing was definitely the correct call, or at least a good call. Does go to Trader, maybe the Rock Giant? I don't see where it's at the moment. Trader's a Valkyrie somewhere, right there. The Grand Giant maybe already down. All Stars getting hit there. They are just medium at the moment. More Mamels on the field queue. Got more All-Stars throwing axemen and Hearsters being pulled on the field. Out of food income at the moment. Okay, we got these couple pelters turning cases cavalry. Citizens going down, they have done their part. The couple pelters will take out those units no problem. Behemoth engaging that hill fort. And Blue does go ahead and resign, as Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. As mentioned beforehand, that shall be my last replay tonight. My allergies are kicking in, and I'm going to need to get some rest right now. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching.